Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Lavinia and I'm part of the Docsity team. I will be moderating this webinar in partnership with Mykolas Romeris University from Lithuania. I'm glad to welcome you all to this event. While we are waiting for all participants to connect, I would like to ask you if you can please pop in the chat where you are connecting from. We would be glad to know that, and so we can get to know a little bit better our audience and the participants that are interested in this amazing university. As you will see, Lithuania has been on the radar as the latest trending study destination for international students. And of course, you will get to know more about this university and its academic offerings, so both bachelor and master programs. In the meantime, hello everyone, and welcome to all of those who are still connecting. I see Niha, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, from Pakistan. Hello and welcome. Of course, during the event, we will have a presentation, but also a Q&A session. So if you have any questions about the academic offer, about the student life, any questions for Tekla, who is a student herself at Mykolas Romeris, you are more than welcome to ask them by using the Q&A box. And any curiosity about the scholarship, the admission process, we are here to help you and to answer all of your questions. So welcome and hello from Latvia. Hello, Julia. Of course, welcome to everyone. I would like to mention that you will have the opportunity to request a certificate of attendance for this event by Docsity, and I will pop some more information about that in the chat. But now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Ms. Ruta Gobujaite. She is the head of admissions and marketing at Mykolas Romeris, and Tekla, she's a bachelor degree student and intern at the admissions and marketing office. So welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us tonight. Without further ado, I would like to leave the floor to Ruta, and of course, welcome once again to all participants who are joining us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you, Lavinia. Thank you for a great introduction. So it's really nice to see how many students are joining us. I really hope that during the webinar there's gonna be even more. So let's all of you are welcome. And well, yeah, as Lavinia said, it would be actually really great to see which countries are you from. So just fill up the chat and we'll see who is really interested in Lithuania. So well, first of all, Lavinia introduced me. Thank you for that, but I'm just gonna introduce myself very shortly a bit as well. So my name is Ruta Gobujaite. I am the head of admission and marketing office at Mykolas Romeris University in Lithuania, in the capital city of Lithuania, Vilnius. So well, and together with me today, here is Ms. Tekla, who is our student actually. She is from Sakartvelo. And she is also our international ambassador, and she is also our intern at the office, and she is working with admission and marketing a bit as well. So thank you very much, Tekla, for joining. So maybe just a bit introduction about Lithuania, first of all. Yeah, so I just would like to say some information about our very small country. As you can see, this yellow dot, actually, there are quite many people in foreign countries who still, unfortunately, sometimes don't know where we are. For example, so my job is to tell you where Lithuania is for the first. So as you can see, we are in the center of Europe, actually just 26 kilometers from Vilnius. There is a geographical center of Europe, so it's a quite special place that we're living in. And so, well, Lithuania has at the moment, well, almost 3 million inhabitants. And well, we are neighboring with such countries as Latvia, Poland, Belarus, and Russia. And well, actually now we are very small, but by the end of the 14th century, Lithuania was quite huge actually. And we were the largest country in Europe actually for a very short time, but we were. So that's an interesting fact about Lithuania. Well, and our official language is Lithuanian, which is also the oldest living Indo-European language. So, and Tekla probably will agree with me that it's not very easy one. Yeah.
Yes, and sounds really beautiful.
Yeah, but it's a difficult one. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you will share your experience about that. And also, I would like to say a very proud thing that we are very proud of, actually, that from 2004 we are a member of European Union. So that we are very happy about. Okay, so this was a short introduction about Lithuania. And before I'm gonna go to speak about the studies, about applications, and what we offer in our university, I would like to have a chat with Tekla, who is our student. And I think that all the time for our prospective students, it's mostly interesting what do other students can say about the institution, right? So Tekla, maybe you could introduce yourself and then we can move on to some specific questions.
So I'm Tekla. My last name is unpronounceable, so nobody tries to nowadays. So yeah, I'm from Georgia, also known as Sakartvelo. Very kind Lithuanians actually finally gave us our name, which is Sakartvelo, to their national documents and all of that. So we're so grateful for that. Yeah, I started studying for like in such a weird and hectic year, like in the middle of the pandemic, where everything was on hold and everything was everybody was adjusting to new lifestyle. First year of studies was, I don't even remember what happened there. It was like a hectic situation where I also moved to Lithuania my first year of studies, and I can remember where like the roads were kind of empty, and the people were, all of them were inside, and everybody was trying to stay isolated and try to stay healthy and happy and all that. But it was really like hectic time. But I think I made a good choice to come here last year, because it was so much easier for me to explore this beautiful city and with this beautiful country. But now, as I'm approaching at the end of my second year, I think this this place is amazing, and I'm really proud of my choice. So yeah, about Lithuania, I love the place. Vilnius is such a beautiful city, even if you don't get to go anywhere else. But I'm sure people who will come here, they will. But even if you don't, Vilnius, it has like so much to offer, and such beautiful and cultural city. Like it still blows my mind. I still, whenever I walk around, I can still like explore new things about Vilnius and explore new things about people. Why I chose MRU is because it's so diverse, like so diverse. There are people from all over the world, and I was kind of I had a kind of scary moment when I was applying for my studies, that I would be like the only one from another country. And for me, like Georgia is the kind of country where that people don't know about. So it was kind of like scary for me to think that like I would be the only one in my class, like outside of Lithuania, or like an outsider. But I have classmates from all over the world: Pakistan, Ukraine. We have one classmate from Cameroon. It's like we're an international diverse people, and it kind of actually shows how much our lecturers try to involve that in our studies. I study global business and modern marketing, which is basically what we are doing in our class, because it's like basically global situations that we have going on. Even our assignments, they are not really adjusted to Vilnius and Lithuania. It's like they're trying to involve the whole world and like ask us our opinion and how we would do this sort of like even the business aspect or the marketing aspect to implement in our countries, which is pretty awesome, I would say. And yeah, for me, since it's been like 2 years I've been here, the people, obviously they're so nice, it's mind-blowing. And the staff and the university lecturers, they are really nice, and they knew last year how we were trying to adjust to the online period, and they were like offering so much help with this stuff, and like so understanding about it. It was amazing. Yeah, this is like a short preview of what I've been experiencing.
So thank you, Tekla. It's really nice actually to hear these words because we see each other quite a lot every week. So it's really nice. We don't talk in such terms anymore, right? So it's really great to hear that you're still enjoying your studies
of
here.
course.
Yeah. So and yeah, as you said, well, you submitted your application during a very difficult time. You know, it was the beginning of COVID, but you are actually, I think, a very great example how you can still, even in the beginning, if that's in that scary time, you know, you managed to study abroad without your family, you know. And well, I think you're doing great. Yeah. So and well, maybe you can just also share your opinion. How was your share your experience. How was your application process? Was it difficult? Was it easy? Maybe some suggestions that you have for those who are listening.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for reminding me about that. It just split my mind. Yeah. Since like I'm from a different country, obviously we start our high school years or like our university years in a different time. But admissions process kind of was really easy for me because even though my application was submitted at like some point, I didn't have some of the documents right away because of the ministry and government like processes in Georgia in different times. So like everybody waited, and it was like like kind of okay to like submit some of the documents later in the application process. Then it was indicated in the MRU applying system, I guess. But yeah, now I'm working on WhatsApp number where all these people ask me some of the questions about like some people have their diplomas and how they can like send if the diploma is in French and stuff like that. So we are very kind of thinking about you people who are applying now, and we know how difficult it is for you to think about like different country, and we know that the process is not the similar to Lithuania. So we're trying to understand you, and we're trying to help you as much as we can, I guess I would say, with the whole application process.
Sure.
But don't worry, be calm. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Tekla, that's the positivity that we need right now, I think, for sure. Yeah. So thank you, Tekla. I don't know, maybe one more question I really like to ask our students who are coming here, and when we meet after the arrival, after, let's say, one semester or 1 year even. So do you have some things that were most like, that surprised you the most in Lithuania, in Vilnius? I don't know, maybe people, maybe places or grocery shopping or anything like that, or some, you know, everyday stuff that maybe in your country people do differently. Did you face anything like that?
Yeah, there were kind of like a cultural differences that I had a minor adjusting period with. For example, like it's a really minor thing. It's not like really relevant, but for example, grocery stores usually close here at 10, when in Georgia they usually work till 12, which was a kind of a weird adjusting period because you know snacking at night is a big problem for nowadays for everybody, I think. But yeah, that was like one of the things. But like I thought that because I was coming from like a more of a southern country, like northern places would be kind of cold and people would be distant. But when I got here, everything was just gone down. Like everything was good, and people were so friendly and so, I don't know, they were really friendly. And like I had some questions about my studies, and like anybody that like I found some university students who were like second years last year, and I thought that like they were so nice about everything and they explained everything to me. And when I was freaking out, everybody was like, calm down, we got this, you can do this, like everything's gonna be okay. So yeah, I guess that those two things would be like, but other than that, I would say like it's, even though it's a big difference, and like I don't speak Lithuanian, so I don't know half of the time what people are talking about, they're still kind of trying to help you. Like for example, this one time I went to the grocery store and I was looking for something and I couldn't find it because I couldn't read in Lithuania. So I asked this person, and even though she didn't speak any in any English, she took out her phone, Google translated the word, and like showed it to me, and I was like, this person is super nice. What's going on here? But yeah, it was like mind blowing for me. That moment was like, I'm gonna be great here. It's not a problem.
Yeah, well, that's a great story, actually. Yeah, people are really helpful, I
Yeah.
think, in Lithuania. So that's great that you experienced that as well. Okay, Tekla, I think that maybe we had this, we now the students, the listeners know who you are already, and I think maybe they will have some more questions for you by the end of the webinar when we
Yeah.
will have the questions and answer session. So all of you who are listening, you can be free to drop a question to the chat session or to the questions and answers actually session. And in the end of the webinar, we will answer the questions, both Tekla and I.
Yes.
So Tekla, thanks a lot for this positivity bubble, that you are in right now. Really glad to see that you're happy here. So now let's move on to the information about studies. Now you know Tekla, so now let's know who is Mykolas Romeris University. Yeah, what it is. So, well, actually, our university was established in 1990s. So we are quite a young university. Well, you can say we are 32 years old. And at the moment, we have about 6,500 students who are coming from 58 different countries. So actually, this number is allowing us to be called one of the most international universities in Lithuania, which is really, really nice for us. And actually, we really, are happy about it. And I think that Tekla is also feeling this, international vibe at the university. Mykolas Romeris University. So who was that Mykolas Romeris, So our university is named after a professor and a prominent lawyer who was the founder of Lithuanian constitutional law. But that does not mean that the university is only about law. As you see, Tekla is studying global business, so I will move on to the study programs and I will tell you what do we offer. So now also just a bit information, our university, we are in the top 250 universities according to QS rankings in the field of law, so that we are really happy about. We also have more than 350 partner universities. So, well, that also means that our internationalization at the university, the strategy is not only to accept as many students, international students, but also to give our students an opportunity to go even to other countries, to other universities for exchange programs. So with more than 350 university partners, you have quite a wide choice to choose where would you like to spend a semester or 2 semesters during your studies. And that is also not only for studies, but also for internships as well. And now also we have not only ordinary programs, but we also offer joint and double degree study programs, meaning that in some specific programs, for some time you spend, some years you spend in Lithuania, and then for the following years or for the following semester, you are going to a specific country. And in some programs, you are receiving a double diploma as well. So I'm going to talk a bit about that when we move on to the programs. Now here, you can see the list of programs. So in our university, we offer them in all of the, how to say, if not fields maybe, but stages. So we offer in bachelor, master's, and doctoral studies. So in bachelor studies, you can see programs such as branding and advertising management, communication, digital economy, finances. We have a philology program, English for specific purposes, and Korean studies. So during this study program, you are going to South Korea as well. This is one of those programs. Also, we have our great program, Informatics and Digital Contents, which is a double degree program as well. It is partnering with South Korea. And well, for 2 years, you are studying in Lithuania in MRU. And then for the third and for the fourth year, you would have to go to South Korea to Dongseo University. And at the end, you would receive 2 diplomas as well. We also have psychology, social work, global business, which is Tekla's program, and so on. Now, in master degree studies, we have cybersecurity management, electronic business management, international law. We have sports industry management, logistics, and so on. Also, of course, we have quite a lot of different law programs, such as international law, private law, European international business law, and so on. Now, also, we have several specific programs, let's call them specific. So we have an MBA program, a Master of Business Administration, and we also have 2 LLM programs, which is mediation and legal tech. And also those who already have a bachelor, who already have master, then they can apply for doctoral studies, which we have in 6 fields. And those fields are law, management, economics, psychology, education, science, and philology. Yeah, so this is the list of programs. You can see all of them on our website and of course in the Docsity platform as well. Now, a bit about application procedure. So, of course, as Tekla said, it is quite easy. Everything is online. You don't need to send us any documents or anything like that. Of course, there are some specific cases, but so let's check what, for example, would you have to do if you would like to apply for a bachelor program. So, of course, you should fill in your application form at apply.mruni.eu. And there you would have to fill in your profile and of course submit the required documents. So those required documents are of course your high school certificate with your last year grades, yes, and of course your a certificate proving your English language proficiency. So you can submit your IELTS test, you can submit your TOEFL test or PTA and so on, but if you don't have any of these tests, you can simply choose to take our university online English language knowledge evaluation, which is free of charge. And then you would have to simply take our online test and have an online interview with the admission committee. So if you don't have IELTS, if you don't have TOEFL, that's a possibility for you as well. And also just have in mind that some specific documents might be required according to the country where you have completed your high school. Let's say in Kazakhstan, they have national tests. Yes, Tekla, I think in Georgia, you also have a national test. Yes, we in Lithuania also have that after high school. So if in your country, it is required to have a specific test in order to be eligible to apply for a university, the same would apply if you submit your application to MRU. So have that in mind. Now, those who apply for master studies, of course, your bachelor degree is required, academic transcripts of each study year, and of course, also English language proficiency certificate. And the same applies here. If you don't have the English certificate, you can simply book the English test in our university free of charge online. So this is for master studies, it's even easier. Now a bit information about the deadlines. So actually the admission has already started. We are accepting applications from January already, but you still have quite a lot of time. So the admission deadline for those students who are from non-European countries, those applications are accepted until June 1st. And if you are from a European Union country or from a country that has Lithuanian embassy inside, then you can submit your application until July 25th. So, and why these different application deadlines? So, well, it is mostly because of your visa procedures. Let's say if you are from Latvia, that I saw in chat, we have one listener from Latvia. It is very easy for you to come to Lithuania. You don't need a visa, yes, but if you are, let's say, from Georgia, as was Tekla, then maybe it might be a bit more difficult. If you are, let's say, from Kazakhstan, even further, so then it might be also a bit more difficult. It means that you need a bit more time. So for the further applications. Yeah, so these are the deadlines. And well, in our university, the studies start from September 1st. If you are studying bachelor or master's program. About minor studies of English, I'm going to speak about later. But so the studies start from September 1st, and 1 week before September 1st, you are invited to join our introductory week, which is free of charge. It is a week full of different activities, lectures, trips, and so on for international students. Just for you, you know, when you arrive, not to go straight into studies, but just to get acquainted with the university vibe, with Vilnius vibe, you know, and with Lithuania. So that's a bit more technical information. So I hope it's useful for you. And now also a very important information about the tuition fees. So all the applicants that are submitting their applications to MRU, to study at MRU, first of all, they are required to pay the application fee, which is actually securing your application. It shows us that you are really ready to start your procedure here. And the tuition fee is different for bachelor, master's, and doctoral studies. So you can see bachelor studies are about 3,000 euros per one academic year. Master studies are about 4,000 euros. MBA and LLM programs vary from 3,000 to 4,000. And doctoral studies are from 3,000 to 5,000 euros per academic year. So this is information about the tuition fees. Okay, let's move on. So now for those who would like to study bachelor studies in our university, but they feel that their English language is still not perfect, you know, you're not right there, and you need to improve from A2 level, let's say, to B1 level, or simply just maybe you have a B1 level, but you're afraid to talk, or maybe you can see that your grammar needs some working. So then you can choose English language minor studies, which means that you would start your studies from October 1st, and for the whole academic year, you would be studying only English. It means English grammar, reading, writing, speaking, presentation, practicing, and so on. And for those 1 year, you would, well, hopefully improve to B1 level, and then you would be automatically transferred to your chosen bachelor degree program. So that's an option for those who still need to work or want to work on their English. Yes, and also a very important information about scholarships. Well, of course, in Lithuania, the living costs, they're not that high, actually. Maybe we will speak about that with Tekla a bit more during the question and answer session. But of course, scholarships are very important for all of the students. So just some short information about that. You can see the first one, the state scholarships for full-time master degree students. So these are scholarships that are established by the government of Lithuania. It is not by the university. And you can see that some specific country citizens, they are granted a monthly scholarship, and also their study cost is covered for the whole study year. But of course, there are some requirements. The competition is very well high, I could say, and very intense. So of course, if you still have time to improve your grades, to prepare for your motivational letter, for your motivational interview, do that so that you have more possibilities to receive that scholarship. Also, our university is offering MRU first year tuition fee waiver. It is also for specific countries, and it covers the first year of your bachelor degree studies. It means for the first year of your studies, you would not have to pay that fee. So, and for this tuition fee waiver, you don't have to do anything. You simply submit your application. And if you are from those specific countries, you automatically are going to another list where we simply list you according to your GPA, to your high school results. And then the highest results, they win this tuition fee waiver. And of course, when you are already a student of MRU, then regardless of your country of origin, or regardless of your, if you are a bachelor or master students, then all of the students can apply for incentive scholarship, for scholarship of memorial scholarship of Professor Mykolas Romeris, and so on. So that's also an opportunity. And as you can see here, those incentive scholarship, they are for in different, well, there are different incentive scholarships, but all of them actually are granted to those students who have really great academic results, who are very active, let's say in sports activities, in cultural activities, maybe in scientific activities, and so on. So just know that being active in university activities really sometimes might pay it off. Yeah, so that's shortly about our tuition scholarship, sorry. Yeah, and now about the living expenses. So, well, as I said, actually, usually Lithuania is a choice for those students who think that Lithuania is very, easygoing on the living costs. So actually that depends on your accommodation mostly, because especially since we are in Vilnius, in the capital city, the prices, let's say for rent, if you want to rent an apartment in the city center, it might be a bit more costly. It might be about 600 euros or 500 euros per month, something like that. But if you are staying at the student house, which we have too, I'm going to show you photos a bit later. So the student house fee is of course lower. It is from 75 to 200 euros per month. And this cost depends on the room that you are choosing. Let's say if you want to stay in a 3-people room with 2 roommates, then you will pay a bit, you will pay, I think, about 80 euros. If you want to stay in a private room with your own shower and bathroom and you want to live alone, then you will have to pay about 200 euros and so on. So that really depends. But yeah, maybe Tekla, you can see how is the living cost for you? Do you spend a lot of money in during the
no,
month?
actually, everybody who comes, there are some people who want to come from Sakartvelo to here, and they always ask the same question. And I can say that full-time students, if you're not really or in for like a outside eating and junk food eating person, then 300 euros per month is like perfect amount. Yeah, sometimes you don't even need that much, but it just depends. Obviously, first month is like more, so you have to like buy some of the toiletries and shampoos and stuff like that. So it's kind of, you get to spend more, but after like the settling period, yeah, everything's good. But we can actually talk more about dormitory. I'm actually in dormitory right now, and yeah, we can talk about the rooms and all that.
Yeah, so let's just check. Yeah, we're gonna move to the photo. So actually, maybe I will just move to the dormitory photo, and you can just say about your experience, about this international experience at the dorm. Okay. Yeah, so thanks, Tekla. So here, now we are finished with all the information actually, and the last slides will be the views from the university, so that you have, that you understand what are we talking about and where are we living actually every day at our university. So this is one of our buildings, as you can see, and this is the main university campus. So you can see that we have 5 buildings overall, and the classes are happening in most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Of course, the first days are quite difficult for students and for new employees as well, because they do get lost quite a lot. But I think after 1 week or 2 weeks, you are moving there without any problems. Also, as you can see, we have quite a lot of green and green space, so it's really nice, because we really like to have walks there, especially in spring and in summer. So it's really nice as well. Yeah. So here are just some photos from our classrooms with our professors. And this is actually the dormitory. So maybe Tekla, you can say a bit information about the dormitories. Just what was your experience?
Yeah, of course. So I come from a kind of broke country, I would say. It's just a joke, but it's somewhat a broke country. So I had to live with 3 people previous month, which was also a good experience. I think the rooms they're not like big hotel rooms, but they are very acceptable for 3-person to live in, and the storage area is like a normal amount. If you're a person who likes to have fun and party and all the stuff, there is also time for that and room for that. We have a really awesome common areas where we have a ping pong table, table tennis table, and it's like so much fun to hang out there at nights when you're very exhausted and you want to just relax and kind of have a chill time, let's say like that. Now I'm living in a 2-person room. However, we are kind of connected to the 3-person room, so there's always like people in your area. If you're not a people person, then I would suggest you to have like a private room that has a private toilet and everything, and just 1 person. But if you want to socialize, and like I think for every first year student, they all should have like this social experience with like roommates and blockmates and all the, even though sometimes there are like some fights and disputes, it's like part of the process, you know. So everybody
That's how
should
you
have that
make
kind of
friends, yeah.
experience. Yeah. You should have, like, everybody should have that kind of experience. And
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, but the rooms are in great condition. With some of the rooms actually have pretty cool paintings, I would say. Yeah, some of them are like really cool. And yeah, they're yeah, they're good. Beds are good, very comfortable, by the way. We actually, dormitory gives you a pillow and sheets and all the stuff you can possibly need, so you don't have to worry about bringing all that to here. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So Tekla, thanks a lot. A very, very practical points actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would agree as well that at least for the first year, all
Yeah.
students should try to stay at the student house, because that's how you make friends. And then maybe after 1 year you can see if it's not for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you need more
Even like a
studies.
semester is fine. It's just you have to have the experience. For example, me, since we're in COVID time, and it's so like, for me, I have a one classmate who's Lithuanian, but I don't know a lot of people. But like, since I've been living here, I met so many people from all around the world. Like, right now I have Turkish roommate. My friend also has like Spanish roommates, so they're like, and the different cultures and like different languages, and it's super fun and like super, I mean, cool, I would say. Yeah, and
Yeah, I
like
think
everybody
that's
should it's a once in a lifetime experience, you know.
Yeah, and I think Tekla, that is what's studying abroad about,
Yeah.
meeting new people from different countries, and just experiencing those different cultures. And
Yeah,
actually,
even in the
well,
kitchen.
in
Even
the
in the kitchen,
kitchen for
sorry.
sure,
Yeah,
with the
like
smells of.
different smells, because like everybody tries to make their traditional like familiar meal to themselves, so it's like sometimes they make like a bit more, so they're like, would you like to try, and you try the food, and it's good, like awesome. And like, yeah, it's super cool. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. And actually, Tekla is our international ambassador. So she was organizing Halloween movie nights. I think you had a Christmas movie night. I'm not
Yeah.
sure right now. So also, it's really great. If you are initiative, if you want to organize something, then you're more than welcome to do that for sure. Just to gather all the students who are interested, yeah, and just to have a movie night. So that's also a fun experience, I think. Yeah, so thank you, Tekla. Thanks a lot. And while you were speaking, I was going through some photos. So I really hope that you got a look. What is MRU? How does it look like? And I stopped near the library because I also wanted to say some comments about it. Actually, we have quite a lot library and reading rooms, and where you can go to write your thesis, where you can go. Well, let's say if you are living at the dormitory and there's too much noise, so you can all the time go to the library. It has long working hours, and actually during the examination session it is working even during the night. So that's really what I hear from our students, that it's really really beneficial for them. Yeah, so just some comments about the library. Yeah, so you can see here some of other photos about it. Here actually is the street, and there is the dormitory, the first one, and another one is just further away, so you can see how near it is. And if you are living at the dormitory, so actually you are also saving on sleep as well, because just 5 minutes away from the university, so you don't have to wake up pretty early. I think that's also quite great. Yeah, so yeah, and just some couple of last photos for you to have an understanding what is MRU. And this is actually a photo from, I don't know which year, not that far ago probably, but this is a photo from introductory week, when students, of course not all of them can arrive a bit earlier, but those who are, so we always do a picture together. Yeah, well, and that would be all. So here you can see our contacts, our social media profiles. So visit them all. We are well quite active everywhere. We're trying to be, and as well. So you can write us some questions to the email. You can see study@mruni.eu, or also you can call us on WhatsApp, or you can write us. And actually, Tekla's job right now for several weeks is to answer you as fast as possible. So yeah, so thanks a lot for your questions. And now we can move to the question and answer session, right?
Absolutely, Yeruda. So thank you so much, both of you, for the very interesting presentation. And I hope that our participants enjoyed all the information that was provided. I'm sure it's come in handy for the people who want to apply. I will go on and start with the questions that we have gotten via chat so we don't miss them. So participant is asking if we can maybe talk more about the fees. So how much is it per year, for example?
Yeah, so well, as I said in one of the slides, so for the bachelor studies, it depends on your chosen program, but it's gonna be about 3,000 euros per 1 year. And maybe I will just mention right away that what is the payment procedure. So if you, after receiving your application, we are checking your documents, your motivation, and so on. And if we decide to invite you for studies at MRU, two things that you will have to do in order to confirm your, acceptance. You will have to confirm the study contract and also pay for the first year tuition fee, the tuition fee for the whole first year. But from the second year of your studies, you will be able to pay each semester, or you can even have an individual payment plan if you, let's say, want to even, make the payments each month or anything like that. So only for the first year, you have to give this guarantee that you're going to come to study.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So a participant from Venezuela is asking, what are the minimum requirements to pursue a master in international politics, for example, and if the master degree offer is also for international students? Which of course it is.
Yes, it is. All of the programs that I was talking about today, they are for our international students. They're taught in English language fully. And well, the main requirements, the minimum requirements are, we actually don't, we do take into consideration your GPA, but we do not have the minimum. For master degree, we are looking what, motivation you have, what do you say to us during the interview. Of course, we check your grades as well. If they are very low, probably you will have a bit more difficult, application procedure with more additional interviews and so on. But we do not give this minimum GPA for master applicants.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So a couple of applicants, prospective applicants, have asked us if we can perhaps give some more detail on how the application process looks like for students from Uzbekistan or Pakistan, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So are there any special requirements? Thank you, Ruta.
Yes, thank you, Lavinia, that's a great question, actually. So for applicants from Pakistan, if you are applying for bachelor degree studies, then you need to submit your higher secondary school certificate. It means that, that certificate, and also that document has to be with an apostille, usually from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So that it's very important that you legalize the copies properly, because, we are checking only the scanned version, so we need additional proof that they are true. So this is the only requirement for you. And let's say for Uzbekistan, now I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that you have a national examination. So let's for bachelor applicants, I would say look at it like that. Let's say if in Georgia, after studies, after your school, in order to apply for a Georgian university, you need to pass national exam. So it will be the same for Lithuanian universities, because for us, it is the minimum requirement is for the applicant to be eligible to become a student in his own country first. And then we apply our own, let's say, motivational interviews, GPAs, and so on. But the minimum basic requirement is for you to be eligible in your own country. So if you have to take some national examinations, don't think that I'm going to study abroad, I don't need that. You do. Sometimes students do this mistake. So try to take those exams after school as well.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So to stay on track with specific application processes, a participant is asking us if there's any specific application procedure to request scholarships, for example.
Mm-hmm. So when you are applying for studies only for one scholarship, there is a specific procedure for those for master degree students who are applying to become master degree students. Then if you are participating in the competition for the state scholarship, so then it means that after you get a pre-acceptance letter from MRU, then you would have to fill in another application in the state, in the government profile. It is the same actually in the, not a profile, but government application platform. It is the same platform as to MRU, but just for a different institution. So then it would be a specific additional step for you.
Thank you so much, Ruta. To go forward with the questions, we have a more specific one. Participant is writing us from Africa in particular. They are interested in learning entertainment, sports, and energy law. So they're interested to know if you provide any programs in these domains. And of course, if you offer any scholarships for international students incoming from Africa. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Lavinia, could you please repeat which study programs is the student interested in?
They are interested in either entertainment, sports, or energy law.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks a lot. So, well, in these fields, what we could offer is only sports industry management, is what I'm hearing from. But of course, it would be better if you wrote us and just said what are you interested in. Maybe then we can see what programs are offering those subjects. But from now, what I can see, it would be the sports industry management in master degree. And regarding the scholarships for students from Cameroon, yes. So then you could apply when you already become a student. You can apply for a Mykolas Romeris Memorial Scholarship, for incentive scholarships, and for social scholarship as well.
Thank you so much, Ruta. That was a very thorough answer. So to move forward with the questions, a participant is asking us if being a professional technical designer, they can apply to Mykolas Romeris programs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's good for you that you are a professional already. So it's great that you want to continue with your studies. So, well, that depends on what kind of programs are you interested in, because let's say master programs such as e-commerce management or cybersecurity or logistics, they do not require a specific background. They just require 3 years of bachelor degree. But if you are applying for, let's say, law programs, psychology programs, or informatics programs, then you would have to have a bachelor degree in the same specific field. So it depends, on what you're interested in.
Thank you so much. So we have another specific question. A participant is asking if they're interested in enrolling in a master's program, European Joint Master in Social Work with Children and Youth, but they have an undergraduate degree in a field that's not related to social work, such as international communications, for example. Do they need to meet any specific requirements to be able to apply?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so well, actually, this is thank you first of all for a question. The interested person actually touched a very a very specific program because last year our university has won the Erasmus Mundus project, and actually we are the first university in Lithuania to coordinate this project. So that's why we are very happy about that. And this program is offering a very big scholarship, but this is as a a program that is happening in 4 different universities in Latvia, in Slovakia, Portugal, and in Lithuania. So that's why it is a bit different. So if you want to apply for the scholarship and if you want to study for free, then your background needs to be in social work or in psychology as well. But of course, for social work, it is the priority. If you are willing to study as a self-finance student and to pay the fee, then of course you could apply. Yeah, but the competition to that program is very, very high, and maybe I would not suggest you to waste your time. Those who have social work background, those should apply for sure.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So we have gotten another question in the chat in the meantime. Participant is asking if there is the possibility for students at Mykolas to work, and if yes, does the university offer any work permit support?
Okay, a very great question. I actually wanted to talk about that a bit as well, so thank you. So yes, bachelor degree students, if they have a temporary residence permit, which is in short TRP, then they can work part-time. They can work 20 hours per week. Master's and doctoral studies students, they can work full-time. Of course, the priority should be studies, but you have this opportunity. And at the university, we have a career center, and of course, they are offering some, you know, if they have some job opportunities, they are offering them. And in our departments, actually, all the time we are communicating with students. If we're gonna see that you could be a great part of our team, of course, we might invite you to join us as well. So have that in mind.
That's a great opportunity. Thank you so much, Ruta, for answering this question. So a participant is asking if it's possible to pay the tuition fee in installments.
Yes, in some cases it is actually. Of course, we try to avoid that because it is a requirement from the embassies of Lithuania as well. So if we allow you to pay, you know, in installments from the first year, then it might cause some issues in the visa application procedure. But yeah, if there is a specific, you know, social, if you have some social financial problems in your family, you're not able to pay it, then we might consider and do an exception for you, for sure. There's going to be a specific, you know, procedure, some paperwork, but it's possible.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So we have another specific question about application. Participant is asking if their international passport expires January next year, can they hope to apply, or is it necessary to have an international title, you know, that's valid for all the duration of the degree, for example?
So, well, no, actually the passport, the international passport should be valid for at least 3 months. But if, let's say, right now you're already changing your passport, but you want to submit your application, you can submit with the old one, but just when you upload the new one, just let us know, just inform us. Yeah.
Okay, so that was easier than expected. Thank you so much, Ruta. Okay, so I'll go to the next question. Participant is asking if you offer any programs in computer science as master's or bachelor programs.
So, well, actually in this field, in informatics, in computer science, in IT overall, we are offering only in bachelor field, and we are offering a program of game development and animation. So it is not an IT program, it's not programming, but it's more with animation, with games creating and so on. Only in bachelor degree, we do have this program.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So Laura from Colombia is asking us if it's possible to validate her undergraduate law degree if she's from Colombia. So if you recognize degrees from there.
Yes, of course. So in our university, we have a team of academic recognition. And when we receive your application, the first thing that we do is we check your educational background. If the university is accredited, if the program is accredited, if the credits are, you know, equivalent to what we have in Lithuania and so on. So of course, I cannot guarantee, but this is a normal procedure, and we do have students from Colombia, yeah.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So this next question, I feel like we already answered, but just to have more clarity, I will read it anyway. So Douglas is asking us if he's a professional in software engineering, but he graduated from Geology, can he apply for masters in computer science programs?
So, well, as I said, we don't have these computer science programs in master degree. What we have maybe similar is cybersecurity management. So for that program, you could apply for sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So we still have a couple more questions, and we still have some time for our Q&A session. So if participants have any more questions, they are welcome to write them in the Q&A box. So anything about the academic offer at Mykolas Romeris University, anything about a student life, the campus life, you know, the extracurricular activities, why not? Scholarships and admission process. Any questions are welcome, of course. We will do our best to answer them. So I will go forward, and participant is asking under which conditions do LLM students benefit from studying in France for the second year or second semester?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question? Did you say in France?
Yes.
So LLM programs, they are the duration is only 1 year, and the students are studying full-time in Lithuania, in Mykolas Romeris University. With France, we have 2 master degree programs. It is European and International Business Law, during which for 1 semester you are going to France to Savoie-Mont Blanc University. And we have another program, European Union Law and Governance, which is a double degree program with Bordeaux University. So these are the 2 programs. And of course, well, the benefits are that you are receiving education from 2 countries, from 2 institutions, and from, specialists from 2 different fields. I'm not sure if I answered the question, but I answered it as I understood, so hopefully.
Hopefully we did. Otherwise, they are more than welcome to just type another question. In the meantime, a participant asks a very interesting question, I think. So does Mykolas Romeris offer maybe free courses of Lithuanian for students who are in Vilnius?
Yeah, so well, that's actually a very popular question that we are receiving from our international students. So at the moment, our exchange students who are coming for 1 or 2 semesters, they are having compulsory Lithuanian courses free of charge. Unfortunately, for degree-seeking students, we do not offer that. I think maybe quite many years ago when I was a student myself, so there were the courses, but somehow they were canceled. But now for the several years, we are hearing these questions. And I really think that maybe if not this season, but maybe next season, I think they will come back for sure, because students are interested in learning at least the basics of Lithuanian.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So I was wondering about the admission requirements. So specifically the IELTS, is it required for bachelor's and master programs if participants are coming from English-speaking countries, for example?
Yeah, so no, it is not required. If you are a native speaker, for sure, we will not check your English once more. And if you completed your previous studies in English language, for sure, again, your English language will not be evaluated. IELTS will not be required.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So a participant is asking about the English for specific purposes and Korean studies. Do students need to pay additional fees if they study abroad for a year?
Yes, well, so it means that you are studying in this program. Actually, you have to pay the same tuition fee. It does not change in South Korea, but of course, let's say the student house, the dormitory in South Korea might cost a bit more. So those financial, those finances you have to cover yourself. But let's say in another programs in game development, that is with South Korea as well, for 2 years, you are paying the tuition fee in Lithuania. And then for the 3rd and 4th year, you are paying the tuition fee, a different tuition fee in dollars already for the Dongseo University in South Korea. So yeah, before choosing a study program that is, with a different country, so you should check if you will be able to complete the payments and if there are some differences. But for the program of English for specific purposes and Korean studies, the tuition fee is the same.
Thank you so much, Ruta. So a participant is asking if the study visa necessary to study in Lithuania should be specifically for Lithuania, or is a Schengen visa also accepted?
So, well, if usually the students are applying for a national D-type visa, the Schengen visa is more like a touristy visa. If you already have it, then for sure you can, use it and come to Lithuania like that and proceed with the further migration applications and procedures here. But if you have not been to Lithuania, the first document that you will have to apply is national D-type visa for 1 year.
So much, Ruta. So a participant is asking us if they're interested in logistics. Do they need to study management first as a bachelor and then choose logistics and masters?
Mm-hmm. It's a great question, and actually so many questions. I'm so happy. So thank you, Lavinia, and thank you for all the viewers. Yeah, so well, it is not a requirement, but if you did not have management studies during your bachelor degree, then you will have additional several additional subjects during your logistics management masters. It is not a requirement, but there's going to be a difference.
Thank you so much, Ruta. And of course, thank you so much to all participants who are asking questions and who are here with us tonight. We are very happy to be able to help you and to assist you, in getting to know more about this amazing university. So a participant is asking, what are the admission deadlines for bachelor and master programs? So when are the intakes specifically?
Mm-hmm. So we have the deadlines. The deadlines are the same for bachelor and master studies, but they are different considering the country of that you're living in, or that you have, let's say, a residency there. So for European Union citizens and for those who have an embassy of Lithuania in their country, let's say Turkey, Georgia, Kazakhstan, and so on, then you can apply until July 25th. If you are from a non-European country and you do not have a Lithuanian embassy in your country, then you can submit your application until June 1st. But I would like to note that the deadlines are only for submitting the applications. If you have some additional documents, or maybe you will take your IELTS a bit later, or maybe you will take your national exam a bit later, so you will be able to edit your application and to send us and upload additional documents as well. So that's not a problem.
Thank you so much, Ruta. That was very clear. So unfortunately, our time for the Q&A session has run out. But Ruta, I wanted to ask you if we can maybe send in the chat an email that prospective applicants can reach out to. And in the meantime, I would like to thank again all participants for joining us tonight, and to remind everyone that they will get an email with the recording of this event. So if you join later and you miss any information, you can review it later. Thank you so much, Ruta, for leaving the contact, study at mruni.eu. So feel free to reach out if you have any more questions. And yes, I would like to thank all participants very much for their presence tonight. And of course, Ruta and Tekla for taking the time to have this presentation and to answer all the questions that have come through tonight. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you all again to the next event, hopefully, with Mykolas Romeris University.
Thank you, Lavinia, so much. It was my pleasure. It was really nice to see that many questions. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tekla, for the very valuable insight into Mykolas Romeris University. Thank you.
Any other questions, if any people have any other questions that they want answered by a student, or like more of a practical stuff, you can contact me on WhatsApp there. The number is right there on the slide. And yeah, I can answer all of your questions.
Thank you so much, Tekla. That's a very nice opportunity, and I hope that participants will make the most out of it. Thank you so much, and I wish everyone a nice day or evening according to where they are connecting from, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.